And here we go again. Now I'm going to show you the faces matching out of the Mona Lisa, out of the MiDion, out of the back of the Mona Lisa. These images are real, unaltered. They are not there to deceive you. One drop of water in the ocean, as John F. Kennedy said. That's just the top of it. Hang on to your hats. Take a look at the faces, and you're going to have to do some squint, because what I just got to show you just in the beginning, I'm adding to it. But here we go. Okay. This is the MiDion. This is the Mona Lisa. Ha ha ha. Facts? Yes. This particular image is a face that's in front of my man. I'll show you that in a second. This is the Mona Lisa, this image, which is on the back of the Mona Lisa, and it has my face the same over here. That is my painting, along with other things, but you're going to have to screenshot for those because it is extremely difficult. But let me just show you that when you actually take the image of the Mona Lisa, and I'm going to put this down for a second, and you take a look at it, you'll see that this particular image that's in front of you is this face. You see the face all in yellow? That is the same face, okay, that is in the MiDion. You see the MiDion? You see the, you see the face of the MiDion? That is the same face of what I just showed you. Right there, plain and simple. This is outlined in his colors of stars and images that make a person looking this way. Now you have to try to figure this out along the way. It's very difficult, and we're going to make this kind of semi-short, I hope, but this is what I'm leading to. If you take a look at Da Vinci's work, he uses the eyes and he floats across, so it means he's looking at the Mona here, but he also has the stars that veer to here. He has the stars that veer to here and here and here, because she's going to be everywhere. But the way I'm going to show you is on the next scene. I hope it's the one I pull. But as you can see, that this image, okay, I'm going to put it side by side next to the Mona. This is the Mona Lisa. You can see her face. Let me lower this down for you. I know it's kind of blurry. You see? That is the Mona Lisa's face. You see that? This is on the back of the Mona. These two images are identical. Well, it gets wilder. It really does. Because many a times I knew that his shoulder area flows within here because of her cut of her face. And if you take a look, how it has a more sharper cut angle, as you can see. See her face? How it would drive my arm to go across. Well, if you use your mathematical and your eyes, as you see, you can see that how my man's arm that's kicking across would run there. But if you look right above my man's arm, here it goes. So my man's arm would run across here, and here it goes. That means she's driving her face in front of him. That's why he's gazing across, okay? Okay, but it gets better. So hang on. Okay, many of these images in which I have are extremely difficult. Now this is the X-ray out of the Mona. Well, when you take a look, this is my man's arm. When you take a look, you cannot see no images that are floating above here that I'm going to show you in another X-ray. So I move this across, and this is a very, very difficult one to show. But this area here, as you can see, because of the doilies, you see the, I call them the doilies on him. those doilies are actually right here. Well, his arm is running across. And if you look real good in screen shoot, you'll see there's a person here and a person here, but there's also a person here and a person here. These are all in shadows. That particular deal is gonna. This is the hardest part. That particular deal is this that I'm going to show you. Gotta move these out of the way. I'm only moving so fast. Is this right here? Is this guy underneath her chin? Is this? He looks like a bear. This guy is many different things. This guy, though, is located right in here. He has his arm that flows in here and his body turned. That's his arm flows in here and what? Now the way you know is several factors, because the way the arm flows and such. So you know that my man's arm with the Statue of Liberty, that those who have been watching my YouTubes, I call it the Statue of Liberty, is flowing in my man's arm here. Now, when I take this image and I roll this up to match with the other face that's above here, and I match it, watch the match of certain areas. Okay, it is pretty close to. You can see how my man's arm would go across. If you look here in the hand, down below, the hand is rolling in the same V that is in here. So if I take this particular image and scoot it up, and then I take this image and scoot it up so you get a better shot, up a higher shot, you can see how the hand fits in the Mona Lisa. It also gets better because here's the doily, and he has these little dinger things. And if you take a look, these little dinger things are running on these lines. Look at, you can actually see, one of the dinger things in here when he's back into this area. Because remember, for those who know my YouTubes, he moves across the room. He's everywhere. Da Vinci painted everywhere. There's also another big indication we're done. If you look here, right here, this looks like a number 9, along with other backwards letters of S, and he's spelling out Giovanni and Sali and many other different ways. That looks like a 9 that floats. You got a 9 like this, got a 9 like this. He continues and hides his work. He's also got a woman that's floating in here that's looking up at number 9. But it means, it's a secret for right now until I break it. But if you take a look at this 9, you can see when it's located, here's a 9 that flows here and also starts curving. He's a very tricky, but that's not just work, because I'm fortunate because the face doesn't line up there when you do the 9. Because, well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I didn't do it. I do believe it moves across the room more. So when you try to match the 9, it's not going to match there because, why? You're right. Because he makes it go across the room. Da Vinci. So that means there'd be a 9 hidden in different areas until he wants to show it to me and you. He's that tricky. Very tricky YouTube, very, very difficult, but the evidence in which I have before you is true. It has not been altered to deceive you in any way. Again, this is the MiDion painting, A Lost Diary of Da Vinci. It is absolutely magnificent. This is the back of the Mona Lisa. It is what the whole world has been seeing for less than 20 days, that I have broken the image on the back of the Mona that shows my images. You can see how the doilies would go across and how he would move. He shifts his works, as I did prior to explaining. Also, this particular image also proves, as I said, this image here, whoops, this image right here, side by side, those two are, whoops, let me scoot it over, sorry. Those images are twins. Okay, they are the same. That is Da Vinci's works, hidden even on the back of the Mona. Now, why is the Mona aiming the same way? Well, because, well, he painted her more than once. If this was a bleed through, she'd be aiming the other way. She'd be looking this way. But she's looking that way, the same as this. If this was to be bleeding through, it would actually be like that. See? If it was on the back and bleeding through. It is not bleeding through, as you see. And, well, that's the way it is. So, if I wanted to make this, which I'll just do this, and I just go here and show you real quick, she'd be aiming that way. See? That would be a bleed through if it was like that. Da Vinci was very tricky. He wants to let you know where his codes are. And thank God, because I'm having a real hard time showing the world because of certain issues with the art companies that believe that an individual like me or you don't have eyes to see what we see that are true. So remember, I'm telling you the truth. There is some people out there that do tell the truth. I know it's hard to believe. But listen, there's still a variant out there. Let's not get into the sad part of life, huh? There's still a variant out there. Wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask. There's also a YouTube Kids not affiliated with us in any way. And there is a God. And I want you to say your prayers. Don't forget, listen, may God bless the whole world, the whole universe, and the whole heavens. Be my friend. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Pass the word. Take information, please. I am finding things unbelievable. Look at this I gotta do. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Remember that Statue of Liberty I was telling you about? Look at, there's something going on here I'm gonna have to check into. Look at this. Right here. Dot, 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 dot. Like the Statue of Liberty that would be, that's in one of mine, that I just noticed that. I mean, Da Vinci has hidden works everywhere. Let me just drag it out real quick, because I did give the blue one. I did give the blue one out. So here we go. This particular piece, it's hidden right in here. Right here. Right here. This is the Statue of Liberty right there that I was telling you about. Look at that. Oh my God. This, I gotta research. That is the Statue of Liberty that he hides. That's what he hides. But I have to get into it because that's one pole. This is a different pole. But you can see how this curve is, how he gives you this indication, how he gives you the dot, dot, dot. I'm gonna have to check into another way to find out what this is about. I'm just kind of wondering if it's got an angle cut, and it does. Look, it's got an angle cut. See how this is an angle cut going this way? This has got an angle cut going. Da Vinci transforms his works. Don't forget, say your prayers in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.